Hey everybody, Brian here. For this video, I'm going to be covering the Season 9 changes. I did not do a video for the Season 9 PTR. I wanted to wait till these changes went live to report on them. So there is a lot, and I'm going to try and keep this video real short, less than 5 minutes, so that we can get through it. The key thing is that Astaroth is returning. We're going to be helping a druid, Bryona, to stop him by purging collected blood relics and uncovering Herodric secrets in a new seasonal questline. So that basically kicks off with the druid, Bryona, in Saragar. After the campaign is completed, and we're going to start the quest, The Embers Yet Smolder. This will give you access to everything you need for the seasonal questline, including reputation, the Herodric spellcraft, and the Herodric gems that you'll get later on. And it'll certainly guide you towards getting Herodric knowledge, which is the reputation for the season. As for Herodric spellcraft, the key thing here, there's 3 pieces: catalysts, infusions, and arcana. You mix and match, you find something that works for your playstyle and your character, and you just go. Catalysts and infusions can be earned through the questline, and arcana can be found in Herodric strong rooms. As for Herodric jewels, you're probably going to be experiencing that part of the game a little bit later on in leveling. These will unlock at Torment 1 difficulty by completing strong rooms. You're going to start finding Herodric tomes, which will teach you those recipes, and then you'll craft them in Saragar at the lapidary using Herodric files and gem fragments. Additional features for Season 9 are Herodric strong rooms. These are mini dungeons hidden inside of nightmare dungeons. There's going to be escalating nightmares, which is a series of 3 nightmare dungeons that get harder with time. There's final boss, Exalted Astaroth. It's a 2-phase fight with Astaroth and his mount. You're going to need to employ a little bit of strategy to beat both, and you can earn rare Herodric jewels from doing that. Some permanent updates for the game. We've revamped nightmare dungeons. There's now strong rooms and escalating nightmare dungeons, just like we talked about. There's new dungeon affixes. Don't forget that there's console support for mouse and keyboard now, and a bunch of quality of life upgrades. For new unique items, we have at least 1 per class, as shown here on the screen. So, check it out. Maybe you'll use one for a build. There are boss loot drop tables available, which I will include as a link below in the video description. The battle pass remains mostly unchanged. There's new items, but it's the same cost for both the premium and the deluxe. So if you're engaging in that, choose the one that works best for you. For the seasonal journey, some of the rewards are a Resplendent Spark, Dante the Dog Pet, Smoldering Ashes to get bonuses from playing the game. There'll be new items in the shop pretty frequently, starting today. So check that daily. DLSS 4 support launched today with patch 2.30, which is live currently. And then, of course, if you need help with anything in the game, there's a bunch of resources where you can find build guides at Maxroll, Icy Veins, Wowhead, Mobalytics, Pure Diablo, D4 builds, and of course join the Sanctuary Discord, where you'll find me and the voice channels quite a bit, almost all the time. My preferred website is Maxroll. Some of the others have some really good builds from time to time, but for me, Maxroll is key, and what I think is the best one. So as for patch 2.3.0, Season 9, just again, a TLDR video here, right? So we've got Herodric jewels like we talked about. We've had crafting costs reduced and drop rates improved for files. There's hardcore restrictions, specifically the Liminal Echo. Rune. And then there's been some balance changes since the PTR. Some major mechanic updates. We've essentially reworked Overpower. So Overpower is nerfed. There's been monster hit point scaling. They've been reduced per pit tier above Torment 1. So you'll find that you'll actually perform a little bit better in the pits this season. And they've improved XP and gold and item drops in Torment, especially in Nightmare Dungeons. As for class changes, the big things here for Barbarian, Wrath of the Berserker, Flay, earthquake nerfs, and a couple item nerfs. For druids, Pulverize has been buffed with Grizzly Rage, Nature's Fury, and Werebear improvements, Rotting Lightbringer, which is the new unique, and a lot of aspect buff changes as well. For Necromancer, they've had some big damage buffs to Affliction, Shadowblight, and Ossified Essence. There's been some Book of the Dead fixes and a Bone Golem rework. As for the Rogue, Flurry and Death Trap have been reworked, Victimize and Precision have been scaled, Eagle Horn bounces all the time now, and they've had some aspect tweaks as well. For the Sorcerer, there's been improvements to Hydra, however it's not as powerful as it was on the PTR. The Serpentine aspect works better with enchantment now and has better damage scaling. The Firestarter aspect is now a major Pyro DPS increase, and they've had some Paragon buffs as well. There's been over 40 plus fixes covering mechanics, items, UI, minions behavior, and etc. to include improved stability, some visual polish, and tooltip accuracy. There's also a new transmute recipe so that you can convert Judicator's masks into Abhorrent Hearts. Again, there's new unique items for every class, so check those out. As for general balance, there's been nerfs to a lot of top-end gear. Overpower tuning across the board has gone down. Aspect of adaptability has been reworked, and resource generation has been increased on many basic skills. And that's what the majority of this is right here for this next section, is just class changes for both the Barbarian, the Druid, the Necromancer, the Rogue, the Sorcerer, and then in summary, there's been some changes to wardrobe upgrades, aspect tooltips, there's some new settings, there's item affix changes. Specifically, max elemental resist has been raised from 70 to 75%, still caps at 85%, and again, overpower has been nerfed. Base affix tweaks, max damage has gone up, but basic, dot, and overpower damage has gone down. There's been some inherent affix adjustments for crit and vulnerability, dot, close enemy, and summoning damage, and again, overpower damage heavily reduced. There's been some changes to loot to include Whisper Caches, the Helltide, the Nightmare Dungeons, and World Bosses. Crafted caches have changed how much loot they give as well, and in some cases are cheaper. There's new Nightmare Dungeon affixes listed here. There's a full list of over 60 dungeons that are now part of the season Nightmare Dungeon rotation for Season 9. And then there's been some more miscellaneous changes, some bug fixes, specific changes to Necromancer, and some general fixes as well. Again, I didn't want to read everything out to you, trying to keep this video short. Look at the links below in the video description if you want to know more or read them for yourself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in Season 9. I'll be creating my new character for Season 9 shortly after this video.